Some exciting news from a finals matchup that is set over in Fargo, more from West Region Boys Hockey, and a full plate tonight. And when I say tonight, I mean it is Friday, February 21st. Good day to you guys, and thank you for listening to the Minot Sports Podcast. That is sponsored by KMSU TV and Radio, Joshua Strong Photography, and MSU Red and Green. Let's keep the exciting vibes going. Minot High Wrestling, they are heading to the finals. In the state wrestling tournament, they take down the Jamestown Blue Jays by a final team score of 40-26. They are set to face Bismarck High, the first-seeded Bismarck High Demons from the West, in what should be an exciting finals matchup in the state wrestling tournament. So Minot High fans, get on your feet, cheer loud and proud. Over here at the podcast, we are certainly excited of this news. Let's get it on, Magi Wrestlers. As I mentioned earlier, Coach Racine has the experience. Minot High Wrestling has done it before. And it's all about getting back to the final round and hopefully doing it again. And Coach Racine has the experience for it. He has proven he can lead this team to the promised land. And props to the wrestlers. You know, with the score not being close, they beat a good Jamestown team convincingly. Like, there are a bunch of good wrestlers on this squad. Mix that with Coach Racine's experience. Here they are now. Bismarck High will be a tough test. If Minot can continue to do what they've been doing to Jamestown and Davies, and then do this to Bismarck, they can face this challenge head on. The veteran leadership of Coach Racine, mix that with the talent on this roster, they will certainly have a chance to win it all. So good luck to Minot High Wrestling, facing off with Bismarck High in the state wrestling tournament finals. That'll be set tomorrow at 7. That is the approximate time depending on how the other wrestling matchups go. But still, you get the gist. Another Minot Bismarck High matchup to look for tonight, approximately at 5, because with regional and state tournaments, the matchups, the times vary, so they may not start on time, but again, you guys get the idea. West Region Boys Hockey Tournament tonight. First seed Minot High faces the 4th seed Bismarck High Demons. They'll be getting underway here soon, right after the matchup between Williston and Mandan, which that game is actually going into overtime, so a sudden death between those two. Again, I reviewed yesterday. Minot should start fast, play with speed, continue to play that lockdown defense, just like they did with Botno, and they have a chance at winning this game. We will see how they turn out. We can always hope for the best. So we got the tournaments going on in Fargo and Bismarck. We also have plenty of sporting events going on tonight. In fact, all but a few will be on the road. Currently in action, we got Minot State Beavers baseball. They are at Missouri Western State. Game 1 started at 2. The score in that one, as of 5 minutes ago, I'm reading this at 3:43 p.m. on Friday. Beavers up 4-3 on the Griffins. That is in the top of the 5th. And then tonight in Williston, there's Minot High Majets hockey at 7:30 versus the Coyotes. Majets basketball and Magicians basketball will be in Dickinson to face the Midgets. Girls starting at 6:45, boys starting at 8:30. I interviewed Allie Nelson earlier. She said that it will be key for the Majets to get a rebound victory after dropping one to Watford City the other night. Then another regional tournament, Minot High Gymnastics in Jamestown for the West Region Regionals, starting at 5 o'clock. And then for Minot State basketball, despite that the home games are done for the season, they still have a few road games to play. Minot State women's basketball and men's basketball both at Minnesota State University Moorhead. The women's starting at 5:30, the men's starting at 7:30. Senior night Class B high school boys basketball, our Redeemers facing the Stanley Blue Jays at the Castle. And then whiteout theme for your Minot State men's hockey team, also MSU student night. They will be taking on the University of Mary Marauders, in-state rival. That should be a fun one. That'll be a puck drop at 7:30 at the Mesa Arena Pepsi Rink. So lots of road action going on, but there's still a few home events to go through tonight for all you Minot sports fans. Taking a look at the Beavers hockey game tonight versus the UMary Marauders. Some of you might know this already, but for those who don't know, the UMary Marauders, they're actually Division II in the ACHA. And Minot is Division I for the ACHA. So you might think this is clearly a matchup that'll favor Minot. And yes, I will agree with you on that. But one thing you got to keep in mind is that the Marauders, they're not like the Williston States. They're not like the Botnos of the world, the other D2 clubs that the Marauders face on a daily basis. UMary's kind of different, quite different. Yes, of course, Minot may explode for a bunch of goals tonight, but UMary, they might give them a contest. Unlike, as I mentioned, Botno and Williston, those guys, UMary might play tighter defense. Minot State, they may grip their sticks tighter. There may be some frustration tonight. There may be fights. There's a reason why this is a rivalry game that's being hyped up. By the way, if you check over on the Instagram, I just reposted some stuff from the Beavers hockey page. So go check those out. Just kind of one of them's a little video where if you want to get hyped up for the game, you can. But it's nice work done by the Beavers media crew. I said there might be fights, but there will be a lot of scrums tonight. A lot of scrapping around. It's got that rivalry feel to it. And rightfully so, because it's two North Dakota teams going up against each other. Those in-state rivalries are definitely where it's at, indeed. So Beaver fans, make sure to wear white for the whiteout theme tonight, and also to signify rivalry night versus the UMary Marauders. I believe I mentioned earlier, puck drop at 7:30. Should be a fun one. I also took in Minot High boys basketball last night versus the winless Watford City Wolves. And after a close first half, 47-34 was the score. Minot was leading at halftime. Only 13 points. Watford City could still come out firing, and they would keep up with Minot. They weren't down by much. It was possible, but Minot turned on the afterburners in the second half, and they just rolled through the second half, taking the game by a final score, nearly 40-point victory, but it was 88-49. Your Magi back in the win column. Both Easton Larson and Jackson Gunville, future MSU Beavers, with double-digit outings last night, as well as Caden Johnson having a nice game, also getting double digits, using that paint effectively, and actually hitting a few sweet shots in there too. So nice job for Minot last night. As mentioned already, on the road versus Dickinson tonight. As always, we will keep with great interest. Minot High swimming was in action for senior night last night at the MCC pool. They collect yet another victory, and I said I wasn't sure who they were facing. Well, I was able to get the answer. They were facing the Dickinson Midgets and the Williston Coyotes last night, and another triple-digit point output for your Magi, continuing to dominate the ranks all throughout not just the West, but the state too. So they are looking nicely and comfortable right now. The Minot Sports Podcast is sponsored by KMSU TV and Radio, Joshua Strong Photography, and the MSU Red and Green. This has been my reviews, and that completes episode 25 of the Minot Sports Podcast. I want to thank you guys again, as always. You're great supporters. I appreciate you guys. Busy weekend full of events. We will all keep a close eye on them. I'll keep you guys posted and updated on the social media. Have a nice and safe weekend. I'll talk to you guys later. And as always, take care.